Look at this bag of chips. We bought these in Merida, and Merida's practically at sea level. And as we're moving up the mountains and we're gaining altitude, it became like basically a pillow. It's so full of air. To just kind of really show like how high we are here. So we came here from Cordoba. We did about an hour to get here, but we had horrible traffic. So from here to Cordoba, it has to be perhaps half an hour, 40 minutes at the most, without traffic, I guess. So it's very similar in style and like architecture. Like you do feel like you're in Spain, somewhere in Spain. It really has that like noble Hispanic like feel to it, which is something that I really like. Okay, you guys might think that what just happened was a sound effect. It was most certainly not. At the exact moment that I started taking the footage of the bell tower, it started ringing. You heard that right. So this beautiful house that we're showing you in the back actually houses the Gran Café de Orizaba. Right now it's too late to show it to you. It was this vibrant, like bohemian little nook here with all these couples and families kind of like gathered there. And I believe that the story of this place is that it was originally brought over from Belgium. It's built in the Art Nouveau style, and it was set here in Orizaba, of all places. It is incredible. It is one of the most beautiful buildings I have seen in this country. So just in case any of you guys were wondering, this building dates from 1894. And it just kind of goes with like the whole Christmas environment, doesn't it? Like the whole Christmas vibe.
Yeah, it does. Did you see this giant candle?
Yep. There's a giant candle here.
And this giant skull.
And the giant skull for Dia de Muertos. Let's go see it.
The museum up here.
Yeah, there's a so that's the logo for like the company that makes like Dos Equis and like all those beers. So there are a couple of museums here in the Iron Palace. That's what this is called, Palacio de Hierro. It's really cool because Orizaba has all these signs like on different streets explaining what the different street names are and explaining what the different buildings are, just kind of giving like a sense of all the history that went on here.
Have you mentioned the weather?
Oh yeah. Well, it tends to be very hot here, but now it's mid-November and we're at altitude. Originally, people would travel on the way to Mexico City from Veracruz. So Veracruz has always been the door into Mexico, and Orizaba has been kind of the halfway point between Veracruz and Mexico City. From here, people start climbing into the Mexican Plateau, and Orizaba is actually located right outside of the Pico de Orizaba, Mexico's highest mountain, the one of the only mountains that currently still has a glacier that is climbable. Here in the Mexican Plateau, or like the start of the Mexican Plateau, it can be kind of hot in the afternoon and then just be really cold by night. So it's just kind of like this very, very temperate weather. But now that winter is coming, it's tending obviously to be like way colder. Well, this is cool. This bus station. Oh, it's for a tourist train. It's a tourist train station. It's so cool. So we're just staying here for a night on the way towards San Miguel. But we thought we would make a video anyway and show you what an amazing romantic walk you can have here in Orizaba. So Orizaba is located in the coffee region of Veracruz. So there are tons of cafes around here, and there's a huge coffee culture here in Veracruz. So If you like tobacco, coffee, like there's just so many products that are produced here and are just so local.
So, also, I think what Miguel didn't mention is this is one of the Pueblo Mágicos. Did you already say that?
No?
Okay, so it's one of the Pueblo Mágicos. Goodbye.
Nighttime is definitely the time to be exploring Orizaba. It is just such a romantic city to be walking around at this time.
Here in Orizaba, I'm
What?
Here in Orizaba, I'm drowning in romance.
It's a very safe city. People here can go out and walk well into the night. It isn't really a problem. It's set by the city's own residents, and it just has such a colorful and storied past. There are legends of the Catalina de Eraso, who was known as the captain nun because she was this traveling nun who was also a soldier and fought in all these wars in Chile and was known as this like warrior nun who dressed as a man and traveled around the world, all over South America and Europe. Look it up. It is an amazing story. And she died here. She decided to reside here in her later years. So, just one of many characters that have been drawn to Orizaba, including us. It's just such a romantic. I know I've said this so much, but it's just so romantic to be walking around in these plazas and gardens by night, isn't it? I mean, there's just so many statues. What? What do I do now?
I don't know about you, but I'm drowning in romance here in Orizaba. There are just such beautiful churches here in Orizaba. Orizaba has traditionally been a very, very conservative city ever since the settlement of the Spanish, and even during the Mexican War of Independence, this city was a royalist city, so just very, very conservative. Actually, the town seal was given to the city by the King of Spain himself, referencing the good climate that Orizaba has. It says fair weather at the top of the seal. Orizaba still retains much of its colonial architecture. Look at this amazing, beautiful house. So this house actually hosted Mexico's first emperor in the days right after Mexico signed the Treaty of Cordoba, which was signed near here with the last viceroy of Spain, who ratified Mexico's independence, and that's how Mexico became a nation. So Mexico's future emperor, because Mexico was an empire 3 times before it ever became what it is now, Mexico's first ever stayed here in this house. So there's just so much history in this amazing, quaint town in the mountains. Just some more amazing architecture from the colonial era, the early colonial period. So a lot of these old houses now are restaurants, high-end restaurants featuring
gourmet Mexican cuisine, or what was the other one? Like a boutique.
Oh, that was Boutique de Lily. Oh, Lizzie. Lizzie's Boutique.
Yeah, so they, you know, when you're a Spaniard in like 1600s Mexico, you thought this house will last 1,000 years, and then you know it turns into a boutique.
De Lizzie, and then you see this. Amazing.
And angels, and then there's that statue.
Angels have been a real huge theme in my life lately.
Mexico really is known for its churches and its religious architecture. You know, I mean, what is more characteristic of a Mexican town than, you know, like the local church around the plaza? But these are a whole different level of beautiful and decorated. They are just so elaborate and so intricate. I mean, they're really special. And I'm really saying that as a Mexican. They're very different from things that I've seen in other places in Mexico.
From one golden arch to the next.
This is insane. So here you have this quaint, amazing, colonial street full of historical buildings. And then you walk 3 paces and you have your local McDonald's. Although it was a short video, we just couldn't help show you some of the beautiful sights of this amazing town. It really is worth it to visit Orizaba if you are near Mexico City or like in that area, or near Puebla, and you're curious about going into the area around Veracruz. It's very much worth it. It's very near Cordoba, so you get these 2 towns for the price of one. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. We're trying to grow this amazing community of travelers, rappers, and rovers. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, so it'll mean the world to me if you hit that subscribe button. Remember to like the video, drop a comment, put any questions you might have, or any recommendations or any stories or experiences that you might have had here in this town. Until our next adventures, catch you later, amigos. Adios.